Right, I'm live. Sorry for being late. I had to move the computer and shut it down and unplug it and move it and plug it in over here and then reboot it and then last minute things. I need to turn the television down as well. Right, so we're getting there. We can see the Christmas tree and everything. And Fiona is here.
Oh, we're live, are we?
We are. We're a little bit late. Very sorry, everybody.
Yes, sorry about that, guys. Hello, everybody.
Do you need me to do anything in the kitchen, or have you got it all under
No, I've got it
control?
all under control. I've just been out. He said we need 2 gas bottles for Christmas.
I'm not allowed to lift anything.
No, you
and
can't.
I feel really bad about it, actually.
You can't.
Because
Seriously.
I normally do all the heavy stuff.
That's the last thing we want. So in Spain, we don't have mains gas. We have bottles. I took the bottles to the garage. The fellow helped me a little bit. I put one in the car. And I've been and done the last bit of Christmas shopping for
You've got
food.
the ones with the plastic caps on the top.
He chose them for me, so you check. Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
And then I went to the supermarket and I got your caviar, which has gone up in price. It's €3.69 and it's quite
I'm surprised we can get it at all.
Yeah, I got smoked salmon, carrots, extra bag of cat litter to be on the safe side. The cat, we've been having
Is my beer down there somewhere? Is it just behind the mic?
Oh yes.
Ah.
And then
I inadvertently misplaced it in all this rushing
I
about.
bought one of those ready-made boneless chicken, like it looks like it's in a hairnet kind of thing, and it's stuffed with apples, mushrooms, and white wine sauce or something like that. We had one last week, and I thought I'd do that for Christmas Day. Graham went, "No, I want proper turkey." But so I got one of them. It's cheap. It's only about €8, and I've just peeled the potatoes and put the carrots in with that. So by the time the live's done. Well, it's an hour and a half, and then last time what we did, I'd cooked it and it was ready just as we were about to go live. So I just turned the oven off and left it in the oven. And leaving it in the oven for an hour, it was the best roast dinner I had ever had, don't you think?
It was very nice.
So I'm really looking forward to that later.
Right, who's on?
Yes,
who's
hello,
on?
hello.
I saw the King was on. Earlier we got Duke of Sussex is on, Princess Carol, Archie's on.
I'll put the candles
Catherine
on the coffee
O'Keefe,
table.
Rachel Green, and Teresa Bennett, hello. Ria's on, Ria Snakespeare, Margaret, Christine Redmond, Ruby Red, Nutmeg, Princess Anne is on as well, Sharon Seaver, Pauline Muir, and a bit, well, too many, Linda Wagner, loads and loads of people. Hello, everybody, anyway.
That's better, that looks a bit crisp.
Name everybody, there's 317 people watching. I'll be here all night saying hello.
I've been saying to Graham, it just didn't look very Christmassy where we had it before. You couldn't see anything because we don't really have Christmas.
You're blocking the Christmas tree, don't you?
I know, I'm aware of that.
I'll turn it a bit more. There we go. It's a bit better, isn't it? You can get us both in and everything.
You can see Ben's beautifully wrapped Amazon presents, which he hasn't bothered to wrap at all.
And someone was saying, what was the name of that book again and the author?
This
chance.
is so weird, back to front. Spying and the Crown. Now.
What's the author's name?
I think there are 2 of them.
Because someone did ask and I was really busy and I meant to put a reply in.
Richard J. Aldrich and Rory Cormack.
There you go.
And it is the best, since the Paul Burrell one. I've been reading this again today. You see, I'm working my way through it. And I have learned so much. Oh my God, George VI was not really in with the Secret Service. And he was up to so much. And the Duke of Windsor was an absolute perpetual pain in the arse to them. He really was. He'd give interviews at just the wrong moment. And there are sections in there where they refer to him as a dimwit, a loose cannon, with his, it just bears so much resemblance. I can't believe it.
Diana T.
Hi,
Evening,
Diana T.
How's Liverpool? Is it raining? Hope not.
Oh, what was that noise? Did you hear that, like a snake?
Yeah. I think it might have been the fire.
I'll just check. You never know round here because we do get snakes. Not that I've got anything against snakes, but wild ones.
We'll give it to Rhea if we find a snake.
She'll
know what to do with
I
it.
think if we gave her one of our snakes, her snakes would eat them.
Tilt the cam up a bit. You've got no tops on your heads. How's that? Sorry. It looked okay on our picture, but it's
right.
You've got a smaller picture than
this
me.
Puerto Rico nonsense. Oh, it's Costa Rica. I don't know if that's them. I don't know when that was filmed. I don't believe it. Simply because, and who cares? What's interesting about that? Harry and Meghan in a golf cart with a couple of random kids that may or may not be theirs, or it may not be them. Immigration informed the newspaper. Bollocks, I say. And that's why I haven't done a video on it today, because I don't care. I don't think it's an interesting story. How many bloody holiday destinations they have to go on and have blurred out of focus photos?
There's a question for you, Fiona.
Does your book mention Prince George of Kent? Yes, a lot. In the early stages of the war, George VI wanted peace, obviously, you know. They called them appeasers in those days, but he very quickly changed his mind and he was dead against the Nazis. But in the early stages, he was going to use the Duke of Kent, who was mates with someone else who had the ear of Hitler. So it was sort of a backdoor way. I mean, I've learned so much about Bletchley Park. I've learned that a lot of the attendances that George and Elizabeth did in those days was to make the enemy think like there'd be an invasion of Norway. So he had to go right up to Scotland and do some stuff. And it was nothing of the sort. It was all bullshit. He was made privy to just about everything that was going on with MI5, MI6, as you call them, SOE. And there was another group called the Pee-wees. It's blown my mind, actually. I didn't know. The king was like James Bond.
There's probably more departments that are secret that we don't know about.
They're bound to be these days. But I mean, they had exploding horse manure, which very young Princess Elizabeth thought was awesome. And apparently they went to some place near Bletchley where they were in the, I think they were in the basement of some museum that had been evacuated. Roasted parsnips. Oh yeah, I miss parsnips. I haven't seen a parsnip since we've been in Spain. I haven't even seen them in gym. It's parsnips. Is it parsnips?
Parsnips.
Yeah.
I've not seen parsnips for years.
I know.
Didn't they? Not since the war.
No. I used to do roasted parsnips, but I do roast carrots now. I love
I'm sure
roast
you can
carrots.
still get them.
I don't like carrots boiled. I find them quite offensive. They remind me of school.
I like roasted carrots. They're really nice.
Roasted carrots are lovely, really lovely. I've caught the live every night, and we'll never know what you said.
Sorry. I'm going to go back up.
Sylvia. No, not commented as it was on my TV, but tonight, 10-month-old grandson has taken over my TV. So good to see how well Graham's doing. Graham is doing awesome. And what I've been doing in the mornings, normally before he was not well, I would say, come on, get up. We've got to get up and get stuff done now. I'll just leave him. And he gets up when he likes. And you couldn't sleep last night, could you? Because I think you've slept
No.
a lot.
I was nodding off, and she said it's time for bed, so I went to bed and had my eyes closed, but I was laid awake till about 5 a.m, so I got up and went back on the computer.
No, you daft. You should have read a book or got up straight away.
Yeah, but I went back to bed. And
You don't want to suffer. I mean, you're not in a school.
I wasn't
dormitory.
suffering. I was just lying. It was nice and warm.
So yes, so he's doing brilliantly well.
I'm on the mend.
Definitely. The parsnips taste too much like turnip for me. They're nice if they're roasted. I've never roasted a turnip. Turnips are very waxy, bitter vegetable. Quite a vengeful vegetable, you know, I've always felt. You've got a little patio out back. Why not grow a few for Christmas in a container? Yeah, but I'd need an origin. I'd need an original parsnip. And I haven't seen any for sale.
Can you grow them?
Yeah.
Some vegetables you can just buy them fresh and plant them and they'll grow.
It's a root.
They'll grow
it's
even
like
more.
A carrot,
Carrots.
white.
Carrots. I've not been very successful with carrots here, but
One did grow
onions.
once.
Onions go
bloody
mad.
Onions.
They go
They're
mad.
a very ugly plant, if I may say so. Yes, there's our kitty. Ooh, you going to say hello? Yeah, exploding manure. So anyway, and other exploding things and lipsticks that you could hide things in and stuff like that.
Trevor said they used to burn manure. They pour diesel on it and burn it in a drum.
Oh my God, does it
Human
explode?
dung, you know, they were flicking at each other, burning turds in his book. I'm sure he'll explain. I think the Americans started it. I think the British must have just carried it on. I don't know.
I've got to say, I think that's
Setting fires
quite
to
an
poo.
unsavoury
Yeah.
habit to get into. Don't
Well,
get
don't leave the
behind.
mouse.
Do you want me to sit that
Oh
side?
no, I can manage it. You carry
Whenever
on.
you say want to step outside and smoke a fag. Yes, yeah, or worse. The word bum means borrow. I don't know if it does in America. So if you say I want to bum a fag, yeah.
Yes, in English, when he says I want to, can I bum a fag? It means can I scrounge a cigarette from you? And it means something completely different in American.
Do you mean Edward VII or Edward VIII, Your Majesty?
George.
Just a question. And I mean, they were exasperated. Edward VIII even had a best friend. I forget his name now.
Wasn't Edward VII? Wasn't he Queen Victoria's son?
So, yes, he was. Yeah, he had this best friend and sort of private secretary who stuck up for him all the time. And he was even quoted as saying, "These two are driving me mental. They are so difficult. They spend so much money. The cabinet were arguing over who was going to pay the bill for Harvey Nichols' removal vans to remove all of their stuff from Fort Belvedere. They were horribly extravagant. Don't believe the PR fluff they put out, so utterly disinterested. I know, exactly. Who cares if Meghan walked on a beach? Who cares who the kid is she's holding? Either she's going to show proper family portrait photos or don't bother. But this sort of nonsense, walking in yet another car park, admittedly they're golf caddies, walking in some random car park, no purpose, no reason, no sense. I can only think it's attention seeking because they were not allowed to go to Sandringham. That is what I believe, and I suppose there'll be more and more and more in the days to come.
Yeah.
How do you roast carrots? Just put them in the oven with the meat. Just bung them in.
Yeah, you turn them and they taste really nice.
Yeah, a little bit of butter,
really nice, yeah.
salt.
Glinda's on, Glinda the God.
Hello, Glinda. I believe the trip happened after the Costa Rica government released the immigration records. Yeah, do you really think that the immigration records would release that? My gran, who was from Glasgow, used to laugh when I said fanny pack. I can imagine, yes.
Bum bag, yes. Well, yeah. Used to be a girl's name. Lots of girls were called Fanny at one time.
I know, I always found that funny when I was a kid.
King Charles.
They need taken out of succession to the throne. Don't care about the titles. Take that out. Well, you know what? I was wondering about the King's speech on Christmas Day. We can all have a little stab about what sort of tone, which direction is going to go in. Now, he could say something like he did in his first speech when he took over the throne. He could say, "I wish my darling Harry and Meghan all the best in their new endeavours. And as we're freeing them by removing them from the bio on the website and the line of succession. So they are free completely and entirely to follow their path because we love them so much." That would be fucking awesome.
Samantha says gay meant happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. It did. My brother was very upset. She said the word gay had been assassinated.
Oh, yeah.
It used to be meaning happy and full of life. And she used to use, people in the 50s used to say, how are you? Say, I'm feeling very gay.
I'll tell you who did for it. It was
Can't say
Larry Grayson, wasn't it? Who used to say, "Oh, what a gay
what a
day."
gay day. Yeah.
That's what did for the word. I'm
Reckon,
sure of it. Yes, yes.
Harry Grayson, was he shut that
Derek.
door? Was he shut that door?
Harry asked Meghan, "What do you want for Christmas?" Meghan said a divorce. Harry told her, "You can forget that. I'm not spending that much money on you." You could be closer
I
to the
reckon
truth.
she's got a stash, she's stashed them.
There's loads of long, great comments. Stephen Magnus. A
There we go,
lot
sorry.
of things were converted to booby traps, like logs with explosives inside, explosives made to look like coal. Yes, and they tell you all about it. This book. I'll have to make some notes. And in fact, you can do some of the comments. I'll see if I can find this bit about.
That would be some Christmas
Edward
gifts. Take
being-
them out of the line of succession. No proof she gave birth. Doesn't matter if they were their DNA dangerous.
Thing is, if they take Harry out of the line of succession, don't both children automatically leave anyway? That would be some Christmas gift. Take them out of the line of succession. Yeah, I mean, he could do it along the lines of, we love you so much as a family. We want to give you your freedom. And that way you won't need security because you won't be in the line. So you won't be at risk. You were born a prince, but you can die a pauper. I mean, a happy, free man, my darling boy. Something like that. What do you think, Charles? Tell me your thoughts.
Meggsy wants a widow's pension. Does anyone live at Fort Belvedere nowadays? I don't know.
I don't think so. No,
It's still a fancy pad, but the floor was sagging even in David's day.
it was.
So it would need, but it's still got to be worth millions, hasn't it?
It's on the
Someone-
Windsor estate.
I mean, without a doubt, it's one of those buildings that you could buy for millions and spend more millions on it. Turn it into a hotel or something.
I should have marked the page for this, because it was.
The line of succession involves Parliament. Yes, I'm sure it would. Everything involves Parliament, doesn't it? Yes, he's not a spare anymore.
No, he's not.
Now that William
No.
has 3 children.
George is the spare. Now he's the
No,
next.
he's next in line. He's not a spare. He's
Well,
next in
then-
line for the throne.
Charlotte.
That's what I was going to say. Is Prince William going to be crowned Prince of Wales at Carnarvon Castle? Are they going to have the traditional inauguration? Is that the word?
I don't think so. Probably. I don't
Why?
know. Expense, public complaint, people who want a
Well,
republic.
they could make
and
it. They
stuff.
could make it a much lesser thing.
They could. They could.
When David was crowned Prince of Wales, they made it was really expensive. They had half the Royal Navy firing guns in the estuary there. Right, moving on. Fort Belvedere.
I'm determined to
could be
find
under
this.
lease to Princess Mary's grandchildren. I don't know, Glinda, what the score is with Fort Belvedere. I've never been there. I've seen it on Google Earth. And I've seen pictures of it.
Oh,
And
Anthony-
it looks a really smart place, actually.
Anthony Blunt, the double agent, Russian spy.
Okay.
He was the art curator or something at Buckingham Palace while George VI was on the throne. And apparently Tommy Lascelles used to say, we all know he's a double agent, works for the Russians. And they were giving him information
Red
That would-
herrings.
over up the Kremlin.
Oh.
So it was just headlines came later about that. Oh, they knew a lot, and the king loved it. He loved it, getting involved in all the James Bond stuff.
This wee lassie says Prince Charles' ceremony in Wales was a new made-up thing for him.
Oh, was it?
I don't think
thought-
it was, actually. I'm sure that the Prince of Wales was
Yeah.
traditionally crowned because Edward I crowned his own baby son. He came to the gate and said, he's the Prince of Wales now, because he conquered the Welsh, hadn't he? So I'm sure other kings have been the Prince of Wales and they've all been crowned at Carnarvon, I think, although I'm no expert on it, but that's what I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I don't think
Belvedere's rented to private tenants. Peter Egan. Didn't know that.
Is it? Oh, yes, I think there's one of the
It's
families.
leased out by the royal
One of the,
family.
because there's like, I can't find that part. I'll try and find it for tomorrow. There's like hereditary families that were great-grandfather or whatever worked with the royal family, and they had grace and favour properties, got married, had children, their children, dead men's shoes, their children, dead men's shoes, So there's more than one royal family in the establishment. There's all these families that have been there through the ranks for
advisors
years.
that don't want to be pushed out.
I'm recognising surnames of private secretaries, and I'm thinking, you know, isn't there a Bedell Smith in there?
I don't know.
I think there might be some Lascelles.
But any families that are up at the top giving the royal family advice, I mean, they won't want to be pushed out by some other upcomers. They don't want to stamp them out and keep them down and frame them if they're dangerous.
Yeah, they want to protect their jobs and stuff.
It's like Cardinal, what's his name, in the Three Musketeers, you know, he was like that with the king, wasn't he? And nobody could get near the king unless he said so. Maybe it's like that. I don't know. I would imagine it would
York Cottage, Charles said they would not crown William, Prince of Wales. No, I mean, they probably don't need to. Would you be interested in parsnip seeds for next year?
Yeah.
With Brighton based just outside, I could pass a packet to you or Ben, who's working for my former company. Oh, you're an Amex person as well, are you? Fantastic. Yes, parsnip seeds.
No guarantee as to germination. I don't know. We'll, yeah, thanks for the offer. We'll see if we can source anything here, and if not, we'll take it up on that for sure.
I don't know if Doria's in receipt of an allowance. I don't know. I sometimes get the feeling if Dimwit crawls back to the royal family, people would forgive him. But why? Feeling sorry for him doesn't change what he actually tried to do to the royal family. Yeah, I agree. If he goes back, I mean, they'll have to just put him somewhere where he cannot contaminate, listen, spy, be a pain. He can never be a working royal again. Never. That'd be me done with the royal family if he starts appearing on that balcony or he's out there cutting ribbons. No.
Jenny Wren says Tony Snowden planned the investiture for Charles. Maybe he did, yeah.
Right.
I mean, that there's like a big hexagon, isn't there, where they had stands all. So I remember we were kids at school, we were forced to watch it, sitting on the floor in the hall, watching the telly. And I've actually been to Carnarvon Castle. I've stood right in the centre where the Queen had sat on her chair. And you can do that. Anyone can do that if you go there. But I'm sure that was Tony Snowden may well have organised the ceremony. But the ceremonies are traditionally held there, I'm pretty sure.
I'm just answering questions. Benji's in Spain at the moment over Christmas. And it turns out he might be with us on Christmas Day, but not for very long. I spoke to him today. His life is very complicated. Both their lives are complicated. Both are too. They do a fair amount of jet setting here, there, and everywhere. Especially our daughter. She's flying around all over the place. And I wish I could tell you all the details of his job. I really do, but unfortunately not.
Trolls.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but he will be back in Brighton probably mid-January. Read that Uncle Gary's tell-all book has been cancelled. I hope. I never thought there was a book. I think that was kind of Gary's sense of humour and maybe somebody saying, you know, wouldn't it be funny if they were a little worried there was a book or two coming out? There could be other books by other people who know her, people who've worked with her. I still often wonder what happened to the rumours of the existence of videos and tape recordings of her screaming her head off. Lady C says that King Charles was at the High Court during Dimwit's recent court case. Yes, but she did also explain, same as me, that it was 389 pages, and I've read most of it, and it's really detailed. There's no way he knocked that up, you know, because Charles whispered in his ear. There was something else I was going to tell everybody, and I've just forgotten again. I was just thinking a minute ago.
In relation to what?
Something to do with Harry. I've completely forgotten. It's gone. It's a shit story. Oh, Lady Jane, you really mustn't. And there's something up there as well.
Well, that's Lady Jane. Thank you very much, Lady Jane. Much appreciated. Merry Christmas to you.
You really mustn't. Yes, what was it that I was going to explain? Oh, yes. Lady C, if you haven't seen her latest video, go and watch, because she says that she has spoken to the top lawyer in the UK to ask about Harry's costs. And it's way more than even she thought. Millions. Because he's got to pay his own law fees. And then for a large proportion, he'll have to pay the newspaper's fees because he won less than half of what he was claiming. So there's going to be a massive cost. Massive. I hope it was worth it. All because he had a little tantrum over Piers Morgan. Oh, well, that's just silly, isn't it? Just goes to show. What is it about? Angels fear to tread where fools rush in, or something like that, isn't it? Or
That was a song, wasn't it?
act in haste, repent at leisure. Or a fool and his money is soon parted. Or I'm sure we could think of a few more irritating, or bet you wish you hadn't done that, Harry. Oh, I've just realised no Foxy tonight.
No,
Oh, I
Foxy.
hope it's
Haven't
all
seen him.
right.
Haven't seen him.
No, because normally he's blitzing the comments, isn't he? Amazed that Ben has got time off at Christmas. It's not time off. It's not time off, Anna. He's conducting work. He's been down here for 2 weeks and he's conducting work in Spain, but not near us.
He's been liaising with expensive people.
So it's nothing to
They
do
charge a
with
lot of
being
money
off
for
Christmas.
stuff.
In fact, when he first started the job, they sent a limousine here to collect him. I actually videoed it and then I thought, oh, I can't put that on the internet because then the trolls will see the outside of our house. But I got that because I was so impressed. They picked him up at 2:30 in the morning, wasn't it? And took him to Malaga Airport. His first mission. He's not got a normal desk job at Amex, trust me. Do you remember months ago when I said, I'm really hoping Benji's going to get this job, he's going to be connected with royalty. He got it. I just couldn't say anything at the time, and I cannot say anymore. Like James Bond, sworn to secrecy.
And he works for Bertie Bassett. And that's a code name. It's not his real name, you might have gathered.
Yes.
Right.
Patricia Beale, hello there. I see Kitty, love it. Yes, I'll leave her there. That's her favourite place. Apparently, while we were in London, that's where she wanted to be the whole time. Kind of sulking, I think, because we were missing. I hope everybody's got their Christmas tree up, Christmas decorations. We'll have to get some more.
Did you see Trevor's Christmas lights yesterday?
No, not yet.
All these. Someone must have spent a lot of time putting those lights up.
Joking, dude. I've been getting gas bottles and shopping and stuff. I've just got to check on this chicken thing and turn the potatoes a bit.
Yeah. We used to go to Blackpool years ago. My dad used to take us to Blackpool because they had the best Christmas lights. But they said, oh, they'll be on from such and such a date, and we'd drive all the way from Liverpool to Blackpool just to drive down the promenade and see the Christmas lights. And they were good, I have to admit, they were good. And they had old trams at Blackpool as well. You know, everybody else ripped them out in the 50s and got rid of them. Well, they kept them at Blackpool. And I'm glad they did that because I'd never seen trams before, you know, the old ones. That was great. I used to love going to Blackpool. Merry Christmas, Trevor. Yes, they did. No tree in my house.
No tree?
Flying, burning sight. Flinging on a stick. Oh, imagine getting hit by that. Oh, I want to think about that at Christmas. Oh, tradition. Where did the Christmas trees come from? Someone told me it was something that Queen Victoria introduced. It was more of a German tradition to have a tree in the house at Christmas and hang lights and things.
Yeah, look at this thing. Mind you don't burn yourself. I'll show you this. Look, it's trying to show you the legs. Can you see it? There's absolutely no bone in it. And how do they get all the bones out of it? You can cut right through that.
Roasted,
it's not quite done yet.
Carrots, look.
Yeah, and there's no bone in it at all. It's all stuffing. And it's only
so you haven't got to fiddle about with the fork and the knife and carefully carving. You can just chop it up. Right.
I'll get the turkey out tomorrow to defrost.
No Christmas tree, but huge bunch of mistletoe hanging from the
Hi
ceiling.
Daisy. Do you know what I realised was making me not feel Christmassy? Is there's no smell of a pine tree. That's what I've been missing all these years. You know, a real Christmas tree. So I think I'll cut some of the lemon branches down because they fill the whole house with the smell of lemon, and that's quite.
Was it a German thing, the Christmas tree?
I think so. Yeah.
Sure, someone said that was German. They didn't have Christmas trees before Queen Victoria.
Get behind
And she introduced the white wedding dress as well. She got married in white.
Oh, you've got a
And
new member.
people didn't do that.
See, you're missing out on all this.
And they're very influential, the royal family. You know? They do something and they set a trend.
My arthritis is too bad to put up my Christmas tree, but I did put up a few decorations.
There
Oh,
you
I'm
go.
sorry to hear that, Susan. Or just, you know, some holly. Get a little bit of holly from the greengrocers or something, or something that's got a bit of pine in it because it's the smell. Vandals cut wires on my daughter's Christmas lights. Oh man, that's really mean because people who put Christmas lights up outside, that's lovely for everyone in the area. Some of our neighbours are doing that. I can't be asked actually, but
Hello, Pam. Welcome on board.
I was thinking I should put some lights up. Maybe I will.
We need a plug for the because everything you buy in this country's got the
I don't like them.
European plug socket on, so we've either got to cut it off and put a British plug on, or get an adapter, and we keep running out of adapters. Don't we?
I don't like those fairy lights.
Why does he wrap them around with it?
Because I bought them for 50p or something, and I thought I'd better put them up somewhere. Glad to see your colour is better. I noticed you've been pale. Yes, but it wasn't allowed in the summer. In the sun in the summer.
No, I wasn't. I had to keep it up. Chemotherapy. They say keep out the sun. You'll burn. You
can blister very badly.
Yeah.
Mr. Trevor, thank you for my gifts. I don't know how to read. Does Papa? So I'm just going to colour them in. Grandma Doria threw them down the hole at me earlier.
Oh dear. Yes, German. Yes. Prince Albert. There you go. Christmas tree answers.
Yep.
Pretty sure that was the case.
So I was happy to hear you will no longer talk about your family as there's too many weirdos out there. Stay safe. Well, yeah, quite right. Quite right. They're real perverts and weirdos, aren't they?
People are really nice, but you always
people.
get the odd one that's bitter and twisted.
Yeah. I think he has some stalkers out there that fancy him, whether they're male or female. I think that's the problem. Have comments gone blurred?
No, they look all right to me. Is anyone else having blurred comments?
Pic's a bit blurred. Oh, is it? I'll try cleaning the camera. Is that better?
I don't know. It's not coming up with a problem on the.
I will have a look.
Got good internet.
I'll have a look on my YouTube channel. See how it comes up.
I'll get it up on the telly.
Well, it won't take me a sec to get this up on here.
Try some toilet disinfectant. Wedding dresses were red.
No, it looks okay.
And morning dresses were purple. I thought morning dresses were black.
Pine incense. Susan Wright, what a brilliant idea. Yes. I'll do that, and then that'll just give me that Christmas. Because when I was a kid, my parents always had real Christmas trees. I have cinnamon candles everywhere at Christmas. Oh, lovely. But I think the pine, yeah, that's a really good idea. Christmas trees are pagan, right? And I heard my mother-in-law, my late mother-in-law, said that bulbuls represent the decapitated heads of your enemies. So I guess Harry and Meghan have got Piers Morgan bulbuls all over theirs. My turkey takes 6 days to defrost in the fridge. I used to buy a deboned and stuffed turkey from Marks. It's not the first time you said you miss Marks and Sparks. I defrost mine in room temperature, so it takes about. God, now you got me worried, Moj. Should I get it out now?
Tomorrow.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe she's right. No, it probably does take about 3 days. If it would take 6 days in the fridge. How big was the bloody turkey? 6 days. Yeah, I think I'm going to get that out now because I'll panic otherwise. It's Monday, isn't it? Christmas Day.
Yeah, but it's Friday night now.
Yes, I know, but I've only got to go till.
That should be plenty long enough to defrost it.
I don't know, it's a dense old bird, a turkey. I always forget from year to
I will
year.
pull it out then. Pull it out to the safe side.
But I always put it in the fridge. Once it's defrosted, I've got to find it first. All this stuff.
Yeah, we used to have a few Christmas trees. My dad used to get them when we were kids, and all the needles used to fall off, and there'd be like tons of needles under the tree.
That's the size of it.
Quite a big one, isn't it? Well, it's not huge, but it's a medium, I think.
Yeah, it's for just me and Graham, maybe Benji and the cat. But he wanted a full turkey. But it'll keep us going for about a week, I'm sure. Yeah, don't fall behind on the comments.
I'm going, doing it. Remove Harry and Andrew moves up. I think he's been removed, hasn't he? I don't know. Is he still in
got
there?
invited to a party the other day.
Oh. Oral B toothbrush, yeah. I think there's the shaver adapter, isn't there? People think it's a European adapter and you plug your kettle into it and it just blows straight away. Don't confuse shaver adapters with the stupid European plugs. I hate European plugs, they're rubbish. Much prefer the British ones, that's why we've got British ones in the house here. But every electrical appliance we buy has got European plugs on it. It's a nuisance, that's for sure. My boss, I'm not talking about my Bosch family, the Saxe Coburn Gothers.
What I might do at some point over Christmas is read out some select bits of this book on a video.
All right.
So people get a bit of a flavour of it, because I can't remember the names and all the details, but I'm reading it, I recognise the names of people, and I'm thinking, oh my God. Like they said, there was a Churchill's aeroplane landed with someone called General Lyons on it to take the general to Gibraltar and then to North Africa.
I remember that.
And the general was King George VI, incognito, because we had Eisenhower in Gibraltar during the Second World War. Fiona, someone says something about Turkey, which could be useful.
Michelle, and this is Michelle. Was that Michelle?
Yes, hi Michelle. I've just had a message off her.
Oh right.
I got a turkey crown and a joint beef out, and there is only me. Yes, let's stuff our faces. Who cares? But you not plugging your 3-pin plug into 2-pin sockets. No, we have English sockets in the house because the people who had it before were English, and they feel they're better plug sockets. Not sure about that. Pretty sure the hotel I stayed at recently had a shaver socket. I'm not talking normal through. Oh, right, I see it's two people having a conversation. My 3-year-old beagles have been outrageous. Harry and Meghan, I hope, in the Epstein list. I mean, he used to let anyone... Oh, what the hell's that?
I don't know. Go away.
Cancel it at the bottom. What's that?
I don't know.
That was weird. That's like a
I must have pressed something on
Christmas
the
card made out of Streamyard or something.
Thing just popped up.
Bizarre. Right. Paula Martin, I'm on Spanish Electrics. Yeah, it's kind of weird because obviously all the stuff turns up and it's electric stuff. Graham has to put an English plug on it.
Yeah, so I get quite good at it there.
Is it true you don't have any air conditioning in the UK? Generally, people don't, no. But we're in Spain.
Don't need it.
And we don't have it either. We don't have it. It's all right, actually, in this house. It's quite a cool house because of the marble floor and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's only July and August that you might need it. But we don't.
But then we have the jacuzzi to jump in the water or go down the beach. Did Graham take the gorgeous thumbnail photo? No, don't know. Didn't draw it yourself, did you? No. I was going to say you should have taken a picture of some of my sparkly shoes at the bottom of the tree. I'm making a tortilla for Christmas. Canadian meat pie with lots of spices. Fantastic. I mean, as long as everybody's got like a
I like tortillas. You can buy them here. They're about £2 and you eat half of
one of it. Christmassy. Do you want some more beer?
Yes, please.
I'll get a bit Christmassy.
It's like a tradition. These things are good.
I mean, even when I used to live on my own, I'd do Not a turkey, but I'd do a whole roast chicken and all the trimmings. Sit and watch TV all day. It just makes you feel more Christmassy. Do you know what I mean? Even if you don't have loads of people over, it's nice to have the smells and then watch movies and stuff like that. I'm a bit lately watching Kinky Boots for the first time. Excellent show.
What's on with Kinky Boots?
Fiona, are you going to wear your sparkly shoes Christmas Day? Yes, probably, most likely. Not sure what else I will wear with it. Who was the person whose plane flying into a mountain? I think that was one of George's brothers, wasn't it? Second World War. One of his brothers.
Flying boat, wasn't it? Something to do with it.
He was, I think it was over in Scotland. Yes, exactly. Or big box of Quality Street, one of these chocolates assortment things, or Black Magic. When I did eat chocolate when I was young, I used to love Black Magic. Yes.
And eggnog.
Or mulled wine, Christmas carols, just, stuff that makes you feel Christmassy. I just don't feel particularly Christmassy this year. I don't know why.
I'm going to get drunk and be obnoxious.
Is that why you banned everybody from taking selfies at Sandringham this Christmas? That's what I heard. The Duke of Kent.
Plane crash. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was.
That's what we were talking about.
Was it Marina's husband?
It's a mountain. Buddy
Because
Holly.
didn't his son, Prince William, he died in the 80s, I think. Was it 70s?
He died in a Cherokee 235. He was in a race somewhere.
That's right.
And he stole it into he stole the wing into the ground at a very low altitude, and that was the end of him. Rolled it into a wall.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. You can watch it, even though there's only me. I refuse to give up on what I used to cook. Tomorrow I'm making pate. Excellent. That's what I want to hear. Fighting Christmas spirit. It's terrible if people feel that because they're on their own, they can't indulge and have a bit of fun. I think it's probably easier because I remember big Christmases with my family. There was always a bit of bickering and a bit of a row going on. And I definitely remember our kids bickering, rowing. Oh, Faith's going ice skating. She's booked some tickets to take Braden ice skating.
She watched White Christmas yesterday.
Oh, I love that film.
I haven't seen that film for years.
I love that film. It's awesome. You're going to get behind it?
I'm getting behind.
Last Christmas, I wrapped my turkey in bacon. Yes, I do that. I've got to get tin foil tomorrow. Damn, I forgot the bacon. I'll have to get some from the shop round the corner.
Yeah, we can get loads of that.
I'm happy with just bacon. My son is cooking a tenderloin and I'm making a turkey. 7 of us gathering. Oh, that sounds lovely. Really lovely. David Murphy. Oh, I love Black Magic chocks. So you've got yourself some Black Magic for Christmas. Get yourself 2 or 3 boxes. Sod it, Patricia. Go for it. Love your channel. Do you think King Charles would exercise his parental rights? I don't know how long the Harkles can keep posing. I honestly think Charles doesn't care if he never sees any of them again. I know that sounds harsh, but I think he just feels, well, if they hate me that much, if they hate the whole family, we're a bunch of racists, just go away then and shut up about it. The latest is Meghan is going to give a panorama Diana-style interview. That's the latest puff piece I saw. And then she's going to write her
sit
own.
in front of a fireplace, or she can do it in the car park?
It's not going to be like the Oprah one. Apparently it's going to be 10 times worse. Well, I would suggest for her, yes. No one is going to believe anything she says, guys. Ever, ever again. What are Black Magic chockies? Oh, Google them. No, there's something we get in the UK. Black Magic. Steph
There was always James Bond coming delivering them, wasn't it? The man in black.
No, that was Milk Tray. Steph sent me some American chocolate. And as you know, I don't eat chocolate. I thought I'd just try a tiny bit. And it was so lovely. I ate the whole bar. It was kind of salty. It was like crackly, like little bubbles all in a flat slab. And I ate a lot. I couldn't believe it. I thought, well, if I lived in America, I'd be the size of a house. I'd never tasted chocolate like it. It was gorgeous. I'm in New Zealand, and summer we do barbecue here. Loads of meat, salads and puds. And prawns maybe, and stuff like that. And champagne, I hope. Damn, I forgot the champagne as well.
Yeah.
because we always have champagne. I'll have to go back tomorrow and get that. I did bake 20 different sweets plus plum puddings and Christmas cakes and gave them out to residents in my building. I love that, Wanda. I love that.
Spanish champagne, by the way, it's called Cava,
Mm.
and it's not expensive. Is it?
€2.89 a bottle, but we don't drink very much of it these days. But we
No.
like it on Christmas
Cheaper than a
Day.
pint of beer in the pub. So we used to get crates of it because it was really cheap.
It's just nice with the turkey on Christmas Day.
People would say,
isn't it?
"What are you
So
celebrating for?" I said, "I'm not celebrating. It's just cheaper than lager."
I have 19 for Christmas. Oh my God. Dinner every year. But my daughter and family from Boston and son and family only made it twice, but house is still full for dinner. You must be an awesome cook. Making a rod for your own back there. Being too good. It will be very quiet, private Christmas for the royal family, knowing the two drug-infested liars aren't going. Well, yeah. I mean, actually, would anybody not related to them who, let's say you get someone really crazy about the royal family, would they want them in their house? Probably not. You need to make a list, Fiona. Yes, I do. Definitely, I do. Were you in and around Brighton when the Hungry Years were at their peak? Now that rings a bell. The Hungry Years. Damn good memories from that place, and families started there.
Was it a restaurant?
It rings a bell. I think it's something that my sister. I mean, I grew up. I was born in Brighton. I grew up there, but I don't know if I. Sounds like something that my sisters went to. It does ring a strong bell. Green and Black does lovely sea salt chocolate. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd have to ask Steph what it was. She sent a whole ton of chocolate. Here in South Africa, we're having a selection of cold meats, potato salad, carrot salad, and large green salad, fruit salad, and ice cream dessert. Wow, that sounds nice. Oh yes, champagne with sliced smoked salmon and creamy scrambled egg. Yeah, I used to do that for breakfast, Michelle, but then I just thought, sod it, just have the champagne. What I do is I peel all the potatoes and I put all the vegetables in cold salt water the night before, turkey in the fridge. I make up all the starters, desserts, everything. So in the morning, all I have to do is just turn stuff on, various, which means I can get pissed from 8:30 in the morning on Christmas Day. Yes, I was opposite the pier. Thursday nights was 70s. Loved Hungry Years. Yes, it must have been some Hungry Years.
From the Gloucester.
The Gloucester. I don't know. Anyway, Petra Fleming reminds me my childhood. I originally from Cape Town. My parents hosted Christmas every year, big lunch, and they jumped in a pool. I've always wanted a swimming pool. I have a couple of Negronis, but no more than that. I'll lose my trousers.
Hungry Years.
You guys, was it a restaurant? Hungry Years. Why does that ring a bell? I'm going to have to Google this.
I don't remember it.
I know the name.
What was that place you used to go in, the Innocent Bystander on?
That was years later. That was a breakfast place.
Was that Western Road?
Hungry
Oh.
Years, Brighton. If it's still there.
Christmas and New Year off. Wow.
Oh, was it in the Brighton Centre?
I don't remember it.
There's photos now and then.
Oh wow, 682.
This wasn't a club, this was a community. Happy Sad Times shared a hell of a lot of beer. 1975 started my life as Hungry Years. I continued until it shut. Right, I would have been 5 years old. But me and Moj are the same age, so it must have kept going. There's a whole page on it where ex-fans can go and read all about it. So it was obviously a big thing. Daughter's already been down for early Christmas, son is at girlfriend's. How's your little grand one doing, Daisy? Because that's always, you know, with the little ones opening presents, that always makes it more exciting. 15 grandchildren and one son. Because one son found, oh, I thought, Right, I was going to say.
He was busy.
Yeah, that you had one son but 15 grandchildren. He was busy. My God, how many wives did he have? I knew a woman who had 16 babies once. Maria. When I was pregnant with Faith, she said, I've had 16 babies. Stay on your feet. Don't lie down. That's what she said. I thought, oh my God.
She should know.
16 babies. Got quite a few people here from South Africa. I've got my South African sticker. I think I chose Pretoria. Yes, I did.
I'm getting behind again.
Oh, Graham, you'll have to catch up. I'm going to pour myself a vino. We've only got 5 minutes left to go. I check on my chicken. And
10.
maybe we could run a little bit longer. Oh, well, we were late. That's why.
We were. Just made a turkey soup from the carcass of the turkey we smoked. There you go. I can't eat a lot though. I find it hard to pig out because I'm one of these people who nibbles and I have loads of little snacks throughout the day, you know. Can't hit it hard and have one big one.
You've always been like that. Always.
Just pass out to go to sleep.
Little pickers wear bigger knickers.
Little pickers wear bigger knickers, do they?
But it is Christmas. So sod it. Push the boat out. I didn't get any chocolates at all. I should have done, but I didn't.
Yes, there's no Foxy tonight, is there?
Oh, maybe he's with his
He'll be on a bus
He
somewhere.
might be on a bus ride. He loves that.
Yeah.
Fiona, just for the sake of conversation, if the children were from surrogates, what's the fallout going to be like when that information comes out? Let's just pretend. What would the royal family say? Well, the royal family wouldn't say anything, would they? They'd just do the same as usual. And Meghan would come out with something like, and Harry, that, you know, in this day and age, what's wrong with that? And they play it that way. They wouldn't want to talk about line of succession.
It must affect them, mustn't it, maybe?
I mean, a lot of their critics would say, how many of you in the royal family knew, wouldn't they? Not 4 sons, 1 son, and family can't make it. He has 3. 3 have 3 children, 1 has 5, and the youngest doesn't have any right. That clears that up. Thank you, Marilee. Oh, right, me too. Now, Worthing. Are you from Worthing? Some people are from Sussex. Don't mention knickers. I was doing my grocery shopping on Wednesday and my underpant elastic let go.
Oops.
One year my cat had a chicken breakfast for lunch. We didn't catch her. She didn't eat anything for 2 days. Oh dear, what a living chicken. Do you know, I saw a video on TikTok the other day and a horse ate a chick. Have you guys seen that? There's like a chicken and she's got about 4 or 5 chicks and this horse is just eating its hay and one of the chicks got quite close and the horse ate the chick and the chicken went like that, dead crazy. From Brighton, now Worthing. Benji was born in Worthing. Both sterling towns. Whole south coast. Bloody marvellous.
It's cold though.
The whole of the year, he never did anything in the kitchen apart from his Christmas Eve contribution of a bucket of tatties.
That's Scottish for potatoes.
I know. I can speak Scottish, Graham.
Mashed tatties.
Yes, I'm going to have to do something about those clocks, get those labels up.
Yeah, we need, because they're all telling the same time at the moment. We haven't got round to...
Yeah, with everybody saying where they come from.
Yes. You got your list, haven't you? Oh, excuse me. Oh.
You're not tired, are you? I'm cooking a roast dinner.
Oh, nod off before.
Oh, no.
No.
I might end up having one of those.
I didn't sleep much last night.
Do you know what? One of my favourite films is The Little Princess with Shirley Temple. You know, where she had to live in the attic because their father went missing in the Crimea War and they thought he was dead and he couldn't pay the school fees. So they put her in the attic and she was up there with the servant girl. And there was an Indian man across in the other attic. and he had a turban with a big ruby in the front. And he sort of broke into their apartment like a fairy godmother, and he filled their room with all kinds of amazing stuff. And I remember watching that as a kid, and that's what I'm going to be like at candlelit dinner for one, with a huge turkey and stuff. Oh no, we know it.
Yeah.
I'll go live if that happens.
She probably will.
And I'll eat in front of you. I don't care.
Jodie.
Is there anywhere for others to see it? I think we're. Do you ever feel like you're intruding on private conversations?
Or sometimes you get a bit behind and you've forgotten.
Time to bury our money in the backyard, absolutely. And we should all resist a completely cashless society at all costs. All very well a bit of electronic banking. What was that noise?
Was it a phone?
Wasn't my phone. But it was distant, and I had a really weird noise the other day. Like, how can I describe it? And it came from over there.
You're being bogged.
That's what I'm thinking. When I was looking on Amazon for presents, there are camper bug finders. Oh, it's my
Grumpy
phone.
Sappers from Uckfield. I know Uckfield.
Uckfield! Awesome. My father, Lewis Harmon and Lawrence, had one of their branches there.
There you go.
Yes, I know Uckfield very well. I appreciate you being so vocal on this entire subject, Fiona. Oftentimes at your peril with this crazed sugar fans. I hope you continue. Oh yeah, I don't care about the sugars. I really don't. They can say what they like. I've said this many times. If, for example, Graham were to say something bad, that would hurt because I love him and I care what he thinks. But they are dog shit, and I literally don't care what they think. So they can say the worst of the worst. It doesn't matter. They're not that important to worry about. But what does amuse me is how they love to go typing their little indelibilities all over the internet, which make Meghan look 1,000 times worse. So, and they can join us for Christmas and do that as well. One death threat at a time.
It's easy to make death threats behind the balaclava and no one knows who you are.
Behind a keyboard.
And yeah.
Until somebody finds out
You
who
may as
you
well
are.
be wearing a balaclava because you don't know.
And then you lose your job
You've
and
got
all
no-
your friends. And
You've got no credibility. At least if someone puts the face out there and their name and then the roots, I mean, you've got to give them credit, haven't you? Because they put their face on there. But it's just to be anonymous. You just take no notice of them because they're no one. They are nobodies.
occasionally I'll just like some crazy threads just for a laugh and say something like, I think Meghan's a bit of a twat, where I know there are thousands of sugars and then they all come get me and then I come off X and I forget about it, go and watch a movie for a couple of days and then I go on to something else and I just do that for a laugh. Well, they're all like mad, crazy typing, all their death threats and stuff, which they don't seem to think are death threats when they say, I can't wait to kill you. I want to kill you. I wish I could murder you. A lot of them don't understand the definition of a death threat. Greetings, Fiona and Graham. I'm new kid on the block. To Moz, young to you. Dig your community spirit, decor. Already in love with Fiona. You're not bad either. Welcome aboard, fellow Earthling, on the crazy train. And you'll love my occasional pissed up videos that I do.
Thank you once again, Lady
Jane. You must stop. You mustn't. Right. I think you go down there because what I do is try and select them randomly. I try to make sure everybody's included in the conversation as much as possible. What do you mean by someone who has everything? Well, probably you, Charles.
You billionaire, you.
Do not use toilet bowl cleaner on anything other than the toilet. Okay.
Don't use it to make the room smell nice.
Don't use it on your turkey this Christmas. Right, I think we are coming up to 1 hour now, aren't we, Graham?
Yeah.
We are. Cash moves everything around me. Cream. Get the money. Dollar bills. Yo, grandma. Oh, I know something before we go. And I might try and use a little few bits from the documentary. Do any of you guys remember the two Edie's? Big Edie and Little Edie, the Beals. They were related to
Grey Gardens, yeah.
Jackie Onassis, and they lived in this run-down mansion. Go watch that documentary tonight.
We watched it the other night, didn't we?
We were watching it, and I want to carry on watching it. And actually, I mean, it's not as bad as I remember. And they got a gardener, and he actually cleared the garden quite nicely. And one of them the younger one had alopecia and had gone bald, and she put a jumper around her head, which is fair enough, but she also wore a jumper around her bum as a skirt. And it's the way she's describing it, like, oh, you just gotta change it up and wear a little brooch. And I mean, the imagination, absolutely bloody blinding women, both of them. Love both, they're both dead now, of course. But it's awesome. But I might try and do some sort of video where I'm demonstrating. That's most likely where Harry and Meghan are going.
The husband was in, what's that place called in New York where they...
It's the Hamptons.
The Hamptons. They had a big mansion in the Hamptons, and the husband was a millionaire. And to cut a long story short, he left. And the two women, the mother and the daughter, just stayed there, and the place became all overgrown.
I think he gave them an allowance.
Maybe.
I think he did.
It must have done.
But it clearly wasn't enough. And
the house was worth a fortune.
And
Cats were peeing everywhere, and bleeding. And
cats peeing everywhere, and they were eating.
The roof was leaking and things.
Point.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I find them both so endearing as well. Right, wishing you all a very Merry Christmas to all my internet friends and family. Regards to you and the family, Fiona and Graham, and the same from us. Let's have a very Merry Christmas all together.
Indeed.
And
good night. And may your God go with you. Join us tomorrow night, same time.
Same time, same place.
Absolutely.